Let's do this one. This is Geraldo Rivera. He's talking with Howard Stern, and this is kind of weird because he's sort of professing personal loyalty to Bill O'Reilly while basically just dunking on him.
The Howard Stern Show.
Oh, I like how you included that.
You even address in the book like the whole Bill O'Reilly thing. And, Bill's a big blowhard, but the guy's number one.
20 years.
20 years in news and a big money maker for Fox. So you certainly understand their consternation. They're like, oh, shit, our biggest guy is now, and you know him personally. Can you maintain a personal relationship with Bill O'Reilly even now?
Well, that's a good question, too. Yes is the answer. I just, Fox prefers that I don't do his new podcast. But let me say this about O'Reilly.
How do you get that word? Did they say to you, do not do the Bill O'Reilly podcast?
We prefer, you
right.
not.
Have
not
you done it? Or did
I did it.
Oh, okay.
I did it. That's where I heard from him.
Oh, afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards. But O'Reilly is like a big, dorky, nerdy, clumsy. I never thought O'Reilly was a secret keeper or a malicious person. He has a quicksilver temper.
Yeah.
I've seen him lose his temper.
For real, or is it shtick?
No, I don't know. It never scared me because he's
Right.
such a big drink of water and he's always walking around with his shoulders down. I never. The problem is the guy never had a good date. I mean, that's his problem. He never had someone who really loved him.
Right.
That's why I assume that's why he stumbled into all of these
weird relationships
that ended up costing him tens of millions of dollars.
So how did you? I'm fascinated, but how when you see him, you go to do his podcast and this, do you just kind of avoid all of that? I mean, can you sit down with him and go, Bill, how are you doing personally?
Well, Bill, where's all this evidence you keep saying you're going to pull out?
I don't go there, but I feel sorry for the guy, and I have to remember that during my hard times, where I faded from stardom, he still would put me on his show every week. He had a loyalty, even when we were crazy about to kill each other over immigration reform, and he's talking about the illegal immigrant who was drunk driving and killed a little white girl and this and so forth. And I argue that you wouldn't care about the DUI and all the people killed by drunk drivers if it wasn't an undocumented immigrant driver.
Pause it.
So we
True that. I have no evidence, but I might have some speculation myself about Bill O'Reilly driving.
almost kill each other, and yet it was very respectful. He always put me on no matter what.
You know what I say?
No matter where I was.
You make a great point in the book. Because I can tell in the book you're kind of wrestling with these ideas and these people, and people you worked with, and you're like, gee, I didn't know him like this. And then you say in the book, but Jesus Christ, like a $32 million payout.
Really?
There must have been some dark shit they're trying to cover up.
Well, that's with Lease Wheel, $32 million. I was staggered. Even Gretchen got $20 million.
Yeah.
Freddie Gray, the black guy who was killed by the Baltimore cops, his family for wrongful death got $5 million.
That's what I mean.
Gretchen, got talked dirty to by Roger. She gets $20 million. I mean, the justice out there. Where is the justice?
But what could Bill have said to cover up
It
$32
had to be
million?
some pretty nasty stuff.
Yeah, you
it
said
had to be pretty nasty.
I forget how you put it in
Grisly.
the book. Grisly. Grisly was a good word. You chose a good word.
Grisly, yeah.
That is actually, there's so much going on in that clip. I don't even know where to start. Let me start with the easiest. That is not a friendly description from a friend. I stayed loyal to him because he put me on TV, and he's a big doofus, nerd, moron who, I guess they didn't say moron. I said big doofus with slouch shoulders. The reason that he probably got involved in all these grisly and, no concern about all of these women that came in Bill, O'Reilly's slouch-shouldered radar.
With these weird relationships.
Yeah, or these weird relationships, like look up his divorce proceedings, is because really nobody loved him and he never had a good date. just not very nice. I mean, yeah, Geraldo's right about immigration. There's no doubt about that. And I would say I don't want to have to choose, but I'm going to have to co-sign on Freddie Gray getting what is that? A fourth of Gretchen Carlson? Yeah, that's insane. Like the world is not a right place.
It's weird to me to be able to like say, yes, he must have done some grisly shit, but I'm going to continue consider myself his friend.
Well, it's, I mean.
Listen, Geraldo, this is why I bring you on my show. You tell it like it is.
I didn't say, hey, MFer, it's time to do some grisly shit. Hey, chai mochaccino. I think Bill O'Reilly used like tea and coffee references for every ethnic group he harassed. Like, hey, chai. Like the Indian girl be chai. Because didn't he call the black woman
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. You know, the funny thing is, though, I could say this from experience. Black women actually fucking love that. To be fair,
maybe not
to be fair to Bill O'Reilly.
Maybe not from Fox News presenters.
Maybe not from anybody. Please. You got some terrible story on my Discord. Like, well, I finally worked up the courage to talk to this girl I've had a crush on.
Michael said.
Yeah, Michael said Bill O'Reilly was right, so I got punched.